Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we are doing horoscopes for 2024 and this pile is on Capricorn. So welcome to your reading. So the intention for this is to have these for your sun sign. However, I do know that a lot of people, once they kind of go through their Saturn return, they actually start resonating more with their rising sign, more than their sun sign. So please take this reading as it resonates with you, as, yeah. Like I said, we have the intentions, but if it resonates in Capricorn as your rising sign, please take it as it resonates. So, without further ado, we can get into your reading, how we're going to be looking at your year for 2024. So how I plan on doing this reading is we're going to be going through the months, January through December. We'll pull a card for each month, and then we will pull a card kind of as your general theme for the entire year. And then I also have a deck from, it's called the Self-Love Oracle, and we'll just be pulling a card from there, where it will give you a chakra card, as well as just some general advice, or maybe an area of your life to kind of focus on, as well as maybe one of the chakras that you're going to be focusing on this year, as that can deal with your health, your body, as well as maybe just some foods or different colors to maybe wear throughout the year that might make you feel a little bit more empowered, or just give you some different look on life, or maybe change, or even just help change up your wardrobe from a day to day. So without further ado, let's get into your reading. So January. Okay, so I feel like you have a little bit of setback here in January from maybe what you first initially thought. But it definitely feels like a setback, or you feel like you aren't prepared enough for what's kind of coming ahead, whether or not that's a new job that you were looking to get, or you have like these big lofty dreams or goals that you have that you want to reach by the end of the year. I feel like there's just a little bit of delay, and you kind of got kick-started off on the wrong foot. Whether or not that's just due to some things that came up at the end of 2023, or in this case, I'm really feeling like there's something unexpected that comes in January that's kind of like, this is like kind of throwing off your entire year of where you wanted to go. Whether or not that's a new car that you had to get, or an unexpected rent, like a price increase in rent, something kind of just unexpected, specifically around finances. So I just feel like it's a really minor, not minor, but like it's an unexpected expense that kind of is just coming up for you that you were not intending to have for this year. And it definitely still feels like it really reshifts your priorities and your goals for the year. Okay, looking at February, we have Judgment. I feel like you're getting on your own case with stuff. I feel you had your plan, and your plan seems to be going thrown out the window. And you are trying to figure out a way to still meet the goals that you have at the end of the year. And I don't think you're letting go of them. And I feel like you're trying to find creative solutions, but you are coming up short. Because, like, the goals that you have set for yourself, you 100% want to have them done by the end of the year. And you're going to be really stubborn about it, where shit's coming up. We got to do this. We got to do that. I'm still going to find a way to do what I want to do, though. But you're going to get down on yourself because I think you're running into a few walls when it comes to figuring out whether even that's a relationship, or moving, I'm planning a vacation. I feel like you're just hitting a few walls in different places, and it's like, well, how the heck am I supposed to start anything, or how am I supposed to meet my goals when I can't even start the process, is kind of the vibe I'm getting. Looking into March, so Knight of Swords reversed. I want you to be careful about your words in March, and not say something too harsh or too mean, or kind of, I think, almost too harsh or too mean, because it might cut off opportunities for you in the future. That's what I'm kind of feeling with the Knight of Swords. Otherwise, this could be just travel plans delayed. So maybe you are looking to move to a new apartment, to a new place, Maybe you want to move to a different state, and it feels like, and it like there are delays now that are kind of coming up with it. Maybe this is the person that you wanted to move in with isn't moving anymore because something came up for them, that's kind of out of your control. Or I'm feeling a little bit that plane prices or like tickets to go to like or like tickets to go somewhere have like skyrocketed somehow, and now it's kind of out of your price range. Where before maybe in like February, where like you could have made it work, but now you're not really unable to make it work, and I feel like you're not happy about it at all. Oh boy. Looking at April, or no, yeah, April. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So this is, I think, you are coming to a dead halt and a dead stop when it comes to not just future goals and our ambitions, but like I think also within your money making opportunities and career moves and or shifts. Still kind of coming back here with this movement card. So I'm wondering if you were maybe looking to switch jobs or go somewhere different. And now you're kind of, because now there's been a couple delays, things have been shifting, things have been changing, you're kind of not able to do it anymore. I could also see this as like a little bit of a loss of finances as well. Where maybe one opportunity would have gotten you a lot more money, but now you're going to have to stay in the same place and it's not going to make you as much. So I'm definitely feeling along those lines that there's a lot of delays and you're kind of having to stop like forward movement or progress that you've been wanting to make, especially when it comes, I think, to your career or finances, or even like within relationships or like directions that you want to take your own life and develop in different parts. But I definitely feel like there's a giant halt and pause of where you think you want to go this year. So then we're going to look at May. So because of all this stuff halting, or because of all this stuff that's halting or essentially kind of has fizzled up and just isn't feasible anymore, you're going to be exploring different options in May. It feels like you have a lot more options available to you. I think you're going to look at things in a different lens. I also feel like there's a conversation with someone where it's kind of like an aha moment a little bit, where it's like, well, have you thought about maybe, so taking in the career example, have you thought about, so say you have like a math major or like you're a math major, math education teacher, and you're like I've been trying to figure out a new job, I've been trying to move, like I don't want to stay in the same district anymore, I don't even know if I want to stay in the same state, and like you were planning on maybe going to like, so say you're from like California and then you wanted to go to like Nebraska, just because there's really good teaching opportunities out there, like the kids apparently listen really well, there's not as many like conflicts when it comes to parents, yada yada yada. And then you were going to move out there with like say your partner, and then like you and your partner broke up, so now it's like, well, I can't go out there by myself anymore because we needed two incomes to essentially make it work. In May it feels like, hey, instead of maybe now having to go to Nebraska for like looking for a teaching position, maybe individuals are coming out and being like, hey, well, have you thought about becoming a private tutor or a individual who is now running like online simulation classes where you don't have to interact with kids directly, you don't have to interact with parents, you're just the teacher for online modules and you're making them yourself. Like that's the type of vibe I'm feeling here, where it's like you're exploring different options to maybe move to, like say you're from California and you want to move to Nebraska, so now you're exploring other options to move to Nebraska where there's maybe more money involved, or there is not the reason why you would go out there originally isn't the reason why you could go out there now. So it's finding creative solutions, or maybe finding a different state as well or location that you might be able to go to. So looking at June, 3 of Cups reversed. So I think there's going to be a couple people who are against a lot of the ideas that you want to have or do. Um, I also see this as like gossiping behind your back, or if you're in a relationship, I do see that there might be some like conflict when it comes to like oh, this is my girl best friend, oh, this is my boy best friend sort of situationship type deal. Is kind of the energy I'm feeling there, and like there's potential arguments, there's potential worries, concerns. I almost see this as like a falling out with a potential friend as well, who just wasn't a good friend behind your back. It feels like it definitely feels like a little bit of jealousy here within the month of June, and you being made aware of it. July, yep, and there comes in July with the moon card reverse. So I'm gonna see this as revealing of secrets, or there's stuff that's still being hidden from you, that you're just not being made aware of yet. I think I'm gonna pull that down just a little bit to get a clarification on where that is coming from. As this might be your friends, but I'm not 100% certain, or a family member or something. But it definitely feels like there's a secret or something that maybe you're hiding from others, or that's being hidden from you. I will pull a clarifier on that card for you. And then going into... Actually, I'm just going to grab that right now so we can figure out what aspect of life this is for you in July. Okay, so we have the Mountain. Major challenges to overcome, and Spear. Heartache over what you no longer have. So this is probably going to be over kind of clarifying with this Three of Cups over here. I'm going to put these right here. So it definitely feels like with July, it definitely feels like either you're ruminating over something, or there's secrets being told you about like a past relationship or past friends that you didn't know, but now it's kind of being told to you. And I don't think, one, I don't think you're happy about it and you're not over it. But two, it's also something, I almost think it's a conversation about you that you never realized, that people kind of like have been taken offense to, but no one's ever told that to your face. But you're finding it out through like the grapevine instead of from the people who are actually, instead of being direct, which I think you really like. It's like, if someone's direct with you, you can be, I understand, thank you for the feedback. But when people are indirect with you, you're like, what the heck did I do? You're not liking me? What happened? And it's like, it's very difficult for you to kind of to understand why they didn't just tell you. So that's the vibe I'm feeling there in July. Going into August, Temperance. So finding balance. So finding balance. So in August, I definitely feel for you with these kind of revelations coming out in July, the turmoil in either like a friend group or just a close-knit group of people that you have. I definitely feel that you are taking a lot of the challenges and the feedback that have kind of come from this time and applying them to your life. I also feel this as not just you're applying it, but you're changing how you actually interact with people on a day-to-day. This isn't, and this is like a permanent change for you. This isn't like, oh, like they said this about me, so I'm going to try and be a better person. It's like, no, they said this about me. I actually need to fix this, and I'm going to change my behavior because of it, that leads to a more well-rounded version of you, is what I'm kind of feeling there. So it's like, it's a great advice that should have been told to you a long time ago, and you're actually applying it now. So that's what I'm seeing in August. Looking into September, Ten of Cups. It's the happily ever after card. So with Ten of Cups there in September, oh my goodness, I'm feeling for you that you're finding harmony, not just, I feel like you're finding harmony within yourself. So you have the balance, you're taking out, like, you're actually changing your behavior. And here it's like those changes in your behavior and your actions are leading you to actually feel happier about yourself, as well as what you are contributing to the people around you. You are going to be seeing the fruits of your labor when it comes to people maybe opening up to you more is because you are opening up to others more. I definitely feel like this is the positive changes that you did in August are now you are reaping the rewards of them in September, where people are now noticing a different side to you, and the criticisms that others had in the past about you are now being kind of flipped on its head, and people are looking at you as like, no, you actually did change, and you're changing for the better. So I think you're going to have a lot better relationships with people around you as well. And people, I will believe, will be telling you, like, wow, you've changed so much from, like, a couple months ago. Like this is, like, you're really nice to hang around with, or I want to hang around or hang out with you more. Because it's just a shift in attitude or demeanor. Okay. October, the Lover's card. So if you are looking to get into a relationship, I think October would be a great month for you to do that, or for to be looking for someone. Otherwise, I feel like this is getting closer to another person. Like you're gaining a really good close friend, or you're deepening a relationship if you're in one already. So it definitely feels here you're deepening a relationship with not just others around you, but I think with yourself as well, where you are seeing, I think you're just falling in love with yourself almost, where the version of you at the beginning of the year who is essentially getting kicked in the teeth, you're like, that's a version of me. But now, like, now that I've kind of shifted, almost like it's like a shift in priorities, and that, like, the things that you think that you wanted here at the beginning of 2024 is not what you actually wanted. That was it was, this is what you thought you wanted, but this is what you actually wanted. So it's almost like the blinders being taken off, and it's like, you thought you wanted to find your dream career. Well, we can't give you your dream career yet because we are trying to help you get your dream life first. So that's what I'm feeling here in October. Looking at November. So you know that move that I was talking about before in the beginning of the year that you thought that was not happening, or like everything just seemed to be against you? So I definitely see that there's some potential movement here where I think it's an unexpected movement, where maybe at the beginning of the year you thought it was I'm going to get my dream job by like July. And in reality, it's just taken a little bit more time to get it, because now it looks like in November, it's like you're able to do this move. You're able to make this change because you've needed to put in the time, or you've needed to do some self-work first, so that when you get into this dream career, or you're able to move to that next step, you don't have all this other stuff kind of holding you back. So that's what I'm feeling here. So, like, you definitely have a good movement forward. So if you're looking for a new job, or looking to get into that new location or new place, definitely in November, I think, is the time to kind of start looking for that. But there's a ton of, and you might have thought about the beginning of the year, but you might have forgotten it, like, for a while, and then it's starting to come back up. I also believe that there might be someone coming into your life that might not have the best intentions, but I feel like you're moving away from them very quickly because you're seeing the red flags. Whether or not this is an old friend, or a partner, or a family member, or a coworker, I think you kind of, it's like, I've seen this type of behavior before. I just went through this. I'm not doing it again, and you're moving away from it very quickly. Okay, and then looking at December. Oh, it's another travel card, which is walking away. So I definitely feel like you're walking away from in December. It feels like you're walking away either from a career, but in a career, place, or people, things. But also I feel like you're walking away from your old self, and you're walking into a version of you that is not being so self-critical, one, but two, a version of you that is better suited to fluctuations when change comes to your life. So I feel like you're a very rigid person. Like, people, potentially you're really rigid, with like, I have this done, I'm going to set out to do this, and then I'm going to do it. In this year, it feels like you tried doing that, and you kind of got knocked down on your ass every step where you tried to do that very rigid type of planning. And by the end of it, it feels like you are taking life not so rigidly, but you're taking life as it comes. So like, you have like the next checkpoint in mind, but like, you getting punched in the face isn't going to disorient you, so you can't find your checkpoint anymore. It's like, you're able to take the punch, but then you're still able to orient yourself to keep going to the correct checkpoint. And you're not like having to sit on your ass for a day or two trying to trying to get rid of your concussion, essentially. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here for the end of the year. So just your vibe of the year. Yeah, it's all about movement. I do see this if you are looking to travel or move or get out of a situation. I definitely see that you are all about moving away or traveling or just doing something different. And like I was saying before, it's like the theme is essentially, we're trying to give you some knocks now so that when you get knocked down later, you are 100% able to keep going to your checkpoints that you have kind of set for yourself, but you're not going to be like derailed essentially if something happens in the future. So like, this is kind of setting you up for being flexible, but also helping you reprioritize a little bit quicker than maybe what you have going into 2024. So I'm going to do one card here for you from the Self-Love Oracle deck, and we will end it there then. So, the gift of knowing, third eye chakra. So, that's what you guys have. And it's some text on here that I'm going to read. Is like, wake up to your time self. We have merging, emerging, merging again. You have like, answer the call. So like I said, I really do feel like your year is all about learning how to take punches and keep rolling with life and keep making your steps and not being afraid of delays and not be downtrodden when shit doesn't go right the first time around. So I definitely feel like there's just a couple learning lessons when it comes to just learning how to take punches this year for you guys, and knowing that when you're able to take those punches, you're able to move forward with no problems. So with that in mind, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much. I hope if you guys liked this video, please hit the like button down below. Otherwise, if you are interested in any other content that I do, please hit the subscribe button, as I do content on YouTubers, TikTokers, drama, pop culture, true crime, pick a card readings, and other horoscopes. So if that interests you, please hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, I really want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me here to the end. And I want to say a great big thank you. And I hope wherever you are, day or night, that you have a great rest of it. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye!